Hello, hello. Hello guys. Today I'll be taking you by trade recap and the trade I took today and why I did it. And the first thing I do, I always look for daily bias. The thing I do is daily bias, check out where the direction we're going in, because we always need to know. It makes trading, you have to know the daily bias, because when you know the daily bias, you know the direction, the way, so you know we're long or short. And then you don't have to worry about that, you just have to find execution, and that makes it so much easier. So yes, when I logged on today, so like this and this, boom, and this were our liquidity for today. As you see, it swept this, I don't know if we're going to sweep this. This has swept like the low. This is like a high candle, so this is like the low. But yeah, we'll see. At least that's gone down, swept these. So I went through 4 hour to see if there were any like thing. But when I saw this like downhill movement, it was like I was thinking, will there come a retrace? Not with the first, because when it's like first running boom, then I don't think it will retrace. But you see here, where it is like just one big candle, it will always retrace up here. In my trading experience at least. And yes, that was, and here you see the trees in this fair value gap. But here it then doesn't retrace. So I was like, let's hop on this trade and just continue the downtrend. Or okay, one thing more I saw was this level was broken, so I knew when this like it closed under this low at like 4 a.m. today, I knew it's not just a liquid sweep and it closes down here, so I knew we were targeting these lows. So I went down to 1 hour as always. Still, yeah, I didn't take a trade before like here, so no retrace. You can see you can see one retrace here, like a really small one here was a retrace this wick. So yes, then I went down to the 5 minute to find my execution. What I found was like this retrace. You see this fair value gap, this 5 minute fair value gap. The price tapped into and was on a down movement here. So that was when it catch my eye. So I could catch my eye. Then always when I find a 5 minute like confluence, I will just go down to 1 minute. So here you see a really good like fair value gap, and the thing like I always like to do is a fair value gap plus kind of like a break of a CASD. As you see, it goes up and then it closes between not the wick but the candle, but here it also closes below the wick. When I went to this, like I saw this, I want to close under this, and when it did on this candle, I placed a trade, a short. And with me especially, when there's no like, I didn't want to target this liquidity down here because it's 0.15%. I don't like so much, especially. So I went to the, I don't know why, but 0.08 is like a really good spot for me. Then I took this to 0.08, so I get a 1-to-1 ratio. And what I do is I find a 50% on this one. So you do this, you find 22 points, then you go to like 11, like yes here, okay, just here, around here. And then you just put a partial here, you put a partial like a partial profit here. So when this goes into this and hits this partial, I go to break even because it takes out 50% of my trade. And if it goes to stop loss, then it's break even. Yes, so what happened, as you see here, it formed, when I hopped into a trade, it formed a fair value gap, boom, it looked pretty nice, went down and swept some, this low. I should have noticed that. That's where it went wrong. A low here from this was in almost like in the middle of my take profit. And then what I learned here was, I should go down to the 1 minute again, reset chart view. It swept this. I should have put my stop loss here, but I shouldn't take a trade because it would be very little. 0.03% is very little, but I should have put it here because it's a draw on liquidity. Boom, I didn't notice that. I was too skibbly diddling. I don't know what the fuck I did, but yeah, I didn't. And that's what happened when you don't see you don't take everything into equation. You're not 100% focused. I wasn't. But there you see, took out my partial and swept that liquidity. Then it went and formed on IFVG here. You see it close, and then yes. So what we saw here was my trade got stopped out because I wasn't paying attention to the liquidity, the draws on liquidity. I should have lined it out and be like, maybe I shouldn't take a stop loss down there. But you know what? I learned from it, and that's a good thing. Lucky I hit this partial. I didn't lose any money. But yeah, guys, this is what we have to do and check out for. So that was my mistake for the day. And next trade, you know what? I won't be doing this mistake, so it's one mistake less from my trading game and 1% better. So that's why we have to look at our like mistakes and just get better, dude, and just never do it again, because if you do it one time, mistake, you learn. If you do 2 times, you're a fool. That's how it is. So this was trading recap for today, guys. So yeah, thanks for your time. Goodbye.